everybody. Bit of a surprise. Hello. Hello, everybody. Chat, we should be live now. Bit of a surprise today. Was not expecting to be chasing today, guys. Can't lie to you. Should be live. Is it not working? Back here. There we go. Got a little supercell in front of us here. We're in New Mexico today. Trying to figure out why my stream is not working. Trying to figure out how to access it. Why is the live not working? Very confused right now. We're gonna have to do some fixing here. Gonna have to do some fixing here, chat. Not sure why my live isn't working here. Is it still set to public? Private, I mean. Why is it? It should be set to public, but there we go. Okay, hopefully we're working now. Hopefully we're working now. Here in New Mexico on a big hailstorm. In front of us here, chat. Gonna have to get off this road shortly, but for now we got a decent view. It looked like it was trying to produce for a moment, but it went outflow dominant when I was setting everything up. It's not working. Don't know why it's not working, guys. At least for me, I can't check anything on the stream. Alright, hello Mark. Sorry, I'm not sure what the problem is here. I'm not sure why half of it's not working from my end. But we've got this storm out here. Big time hailer at the moment. I thought it was going to produce. We got a little bit of a lowering back there, but elevated outflow dominant storm here. Seen any private road signs, so I assume they're public. Two supercells together here, diving south. Oh, we are live here, balling out in New Mexico. Low end 2% tornado risk here, but better than dealing with the crowds and the bad roads in Texas. kicked out, transferring over to a wind hail threat. Not the best structure, not the best wind profiles. I think we're gonna probably head back home to Denver or Greeley after this chase here. So very high based at the moment, but definitely not bad. If we can get an interaction or two, it could be helpful. But big time hailstorm here, little supercell, multi-cell type thing here. So I got like Texas in the thumbnail, but I tricked everybody. I went to New Mexico. So we'll have to get out of the way here in a moment. Quite a few cows out and about today. See what's through this road. Maybe stop here on a ridge, because I don't know if we're actually allowed to be here, but I haven't seen anything saying that otherwise. So get up this hill here under these power lines and look back that way. Got a big bolt there. Decent structure. We are pretty high base. We did look a little bit better this morning, although we're just a little low on moisture now. Yeah, I had to delete a couple B-roll things from this phone to stream this, so hopefully we get something decent today, better than being down in San Angelo vicinity where things are already getting messy very fast. A lot of merging, a lot of mess. This stuff here is moving really slow. Southeast at 15. Size hail is 1-inch hail. 88-inch hail east of Corona. But we're gonna get up this little hill here, and then I'll stop there and show you guys what we're dealing with. Some nice structure here. No chasers. We literally have not seen a single other chaser. So I guess that's the benefit of these secondary targets up here. Although tornado potential is definitely a little lower out here. And I don't think New Mexico is going to repeat what it did yesterday. It's still a really nice storm to sit and watch. It's moving slow. We should have cell service. We're not going to get in any traffic jams. We know the road's a little bit better. Oh, not looking bad. Not looking bad. If only we had like 5-degree higher dew points, might be close to producing a tornado, but just a little low on our moisture today. Got a nice high-based supercell here in front of us. Maybe even a little attempt at rotation there on that little curl. So the storm's quite a ways northwest of us here. But hello chat, sorry I haven't looked at just yet. Still not quite working for me. There we go. There we go, chat. Yeah, today's definitely lower end for tornado potential, but I wanted to get out. I mean, this is on my way home, so I figured why not chase New Mexico. I'm gonna wipe down the windshield, so I will be right back. Cool out though. It is a little cold, definitely not 70s. Starting to rumble overhead. We'll have to take this road east pretty soon. Not looking bad though. Such a low end of the day. I was hoping this thing would move northeast a little more. It's moisture's a little bit better to the northeast. This thing's definitely drifting a little north of its warning box right now, though. There's another supercell forming to the southwest of us. Roswell's pretty high based. 73 over 53 at Floyd is not bad. There's another boundary up north by Grady, Tucumcari. That's slowly starting to dive south. Just tough to locate any boundaries where we're at, just due to lack of obs out here. Getting a little inflow thing trying to form in front of us. I'm gonna close this door because I don't think the mezzo things are on, so try these 5-minute updates here. Yeah, I think that tornado threat might be a little higher up by Clovis with 15-degree spreads right on the dot. Heating's going to slow down, so if you can get a storm up there, it might be where we go if storm formation looks really imminent. But for now, we're dealing with this guy right here. It's a little high based. So maybe if we get lucky, this guy will start to lower. But we're looking a little rough for that. We're looking like a big hailstorm right now. Let's see if any more obs on this. Yeah, 73 over 53 is not bad for Clovis. 73 over 54. I mean, we might take that. Our storm's probably not adjusting air quite that good. It's looking really outflow dominant back there. I really wonder if we get a storm northeast, what happens. Like a storm up by Grady. There was an attempt at a storm by Grady, New Mexico. About an hour and a half ago. It's not looking horrible. Wish we could get an angle further south, but we'll probably trap ourselves on these roads. We're probably going to have to go east here pretty shortly. Roswell's got 33-degree spread, so if this dives south, not really where we want to be. We want this thing to stay north like what it's doing, but very tough. There is that boundary by Grady. .48 north, 70 or 54 south. Not quite sure what we do with today. Definitely a lower end threat where we're at, but we did that on purpose. Don't really think any of the things are picking the setup just right. We're not that high based anymore though. Got this guy in front of us here. Let me slide you guys over so I can keep you guys a little zoomed out at least. Not looking horrible right here. Flat cloud is in front of us. It's another boundary. Another little boundary here. Could get something if we ride the boundary long enough. This reminds me of some of those late summer Colorado days where it's like 50-50. But nobody forecasts it. Let me show you guys our boundary here. So we've got kind of this arching back around, and then right there. See, we've got this little cloud boundary feeding into our storm. Storm's looking a little weird right now. Usually when you see that, that means elevation is happening. Could be protogenic here if everything goes right in a minute. Then we've got that other storm trying to form there on the mountains. Struggling a little bit too. But we've got this band of clouds here that's really trying to go into our storm there. But usually when I feel like I see that cloud shield thing, it's an elevated storm. That's how it's looking right now. Although this stuff over here looks like a little better. Take you guys back in the car. So this is what we were watching today, chat. Definitely a lower end, more laid back chase here. Not heard about the Annabelle doll in Texas. Yeah, Mark, this is a pretty nice view out here. Let me zoom out. It's probably using the wrong radar again, which is why it's not really showing up. Let me try zooming out. Maybe it's my thing zoomed in a little close. I think there's only one other chaser out here that I can see on Spotter Network. Try zooming out once. Might be just a little moist in the mid-levels. Well, a storm likes, it's basically an area where storms like to form on and move along. Just because it's convergent, so you've got colliding air which forces the air to go up. So storms really enjoy boundaries like this. And usually on slower moving days they're more important. And today we're not moving very fast. Yeah, you can't even really see that stuff with our yeah, you're right, that radar does. Which radar? Is that the Albuquerque one? Because the best radar to use for this would be the one, would be KFDX north of Melrose, northwest of Clovis. I don't like how on that southern flank our storm's not rising very much. Definitely going to be hard to produce a tornado if our storm's not rising strong. It does appear to be trying to blow up now, though. If this cloud band wasn't in the way, we'd have a really photogenic view. But this guy should pass to our north. We've also got other storms forming really close to us. We have a cell forming down south of us. Probably off this band. I wonder what happens if we go like... Here, we're gonna try moving a little bit west here to see if we can get a good view. The storm should pass north, so it really shouldn't rain on us too much. but I just want to get a view around that little cloud band because I imagine it's very photogenic. Yeah, that little inflow band there, that's kind of blocking our view here. Yeah, we are definitely getting a lot more rising motion suddenly. Back behind there. Still pretty high based. But I want to go down like a mile or two this way. Just to see what we're looking at. Clearing out the rain on this southern flank here. Straight east, the way we came. Try and get up and around these roads here, or up these hills, I mean. But we've got other little high-based updrafts trying to move into the storm. We're getting some help. It's probably the best candidate in New Mexico at the moment to do something interesting. Still not perfect. Still not quite perfect. We just need a little more moisture. Which is going to be really tough to come by out here today. Not really any moisture advection at all. Tails there. Wonder what the conditions are like on each side of this boundary. Boundary's moving south, it looks like. Boundary is definitely appearing to slide south and become more developed. When I first drove in, it wasn't even noticeable, but now there's a big, thick band of clouds on it. Wonder if it could be caused from anvil shading or what. That boundary is, and it's going to be really important later on. So they just did downgrade our storm to a special weather statement storm here, but it doesn't look bad at all right here. Just clearing out a lot of that rain to the north. I see a little dust whirly back there, but most likely just outflow. Yeah, we are getting rising motion. Middle of the updraft. It's just very long with not a ton going for it, except for that boundary. There is a little whirly down there, and I'm not sure what that is. If it's a fire, or if it's outflow, or a land spout. I don't really know. It might be a land spout. Hey, we might have a land spout, guys. Hold on. I'm gonna pull off right here. I can't tell what that is. We've got a little dirt whirly straight ahead here. It looked a little tubular for a moment, but it's not looking quite as robust. Definitely a really nice storm developing, though. Grab a shot here for getting some outflow dust hurled this way. Pick up the pace here. That outflow is now completely south of our storm. Whatever kind of boundary that was. Leaving the lot is out ahead of our storm. See that outflow dust coming over the hill there. Picking up going into the storm. Just worried we're a little elevated. And our storm's about to dive towards us. We might go back. A little bit of a hook on radar now with this guy. But look at that nice structure right here. We're getting dust blowing through. Not looking tornadic at the moment. Definitely a nice storm move. Not quite as high stakes as that other stuff is. It's definitely coming at us now, so we're probably gonna move here. Definitely coming at us. Definitely moving towards us here. It's a very narrow updraft for sure, but we're gonna get moving before this thing collides with our road and we collide with the hail. I like how I moved out of the way to get out of the way of that cloud band, and then the cloud's just been moving. They've been developing too, though. So wondering if we could get something interesting to happen here later on. Definitely a pretty good view. Yeah, we are probably going to be storming the area. We're just north of the aliens of Roswell, so thank you, don't dox me, I appreciate it. So we're going to move out of the way here. Big, meaty HP, outflowy storm thingy coming at us. Trying to be a supercell, but never really know. With a storm like this, get through back the way we came out to those main roads. We look like we are getting an RFD surge, probably from that boundary. You can actually see that cloud line that arcs back north in front of us here. Our storm ingested that for a moment, but it seems like it's continuing down away. I probably just lost a tire from that. But we're gonna keep moving out ahead. Several storms going up here. I think this is the best place to be for maybe a quick little land spout or base storm at the moment. I was hoping it would lower a little, but it hasn't really tried. Some strong gustnados, even visible from this far away. I don't see any rotation in the updraft. Dirt plume. This would probably be an ideal time to get a land spout or two with this boundary crossing nearby. We might have one, chat. Let's pull back off here. The little thing just looks like outflow right now, but every once in a while it gets very vertical. See this little dirt plume back there. Couple little dirt plumes back there. Seeing a bit of motion in the base now. Seems like the base is the storm's getting healthier. We're getting updrafts all the way up. We're gonna keep going just to get out of the way. If I see something again that looks like land spouty or like a vertical tube of dust, we'll stop and look at it. But just want to get out of the way here for now. See that boundary there, a little inflow band right here, and then we've got Mamatis like ahead. Never seen that before, where such vibrant Mamatis ahead of the storm. Usually it's not a sign of a very strong updraft. I think the last time I saw that pronounced was that high risk in Oklahoma where it didn't work out. Showers again from another updraft nearby, but definitely the place to be right now. Hopefully this thing can arc back north. Storms initiating out ahead. I wonder what that's going to do. Not very big. Turn the AC down, I should say. Yeah, all this rain is from another little cell that's trying to form, but not quite doing it. Looks like our inflow band just got cut off. Boundary's still here. Storm's struggling to try and stay on it. Doesn't seem like the boundary's really moving that much. More of a skill issue for our storm, I guess. Almost. Yeah. Not looking great, but not looking terrible if we can hang on here. Not really expecting a tornado here. Hoping to just squeeze out a really photogenic supercell in about an hour or two. wind on that southern flank is definitely improving. Might be going back south towards Roswell here in a moment. 5.9-inch hail reported by Menard, Texas. That's some giant hail. You did get a quick little spin-up tornado out there, too. Hopefully this guy can stick around a little bit. The better moisture. I assume this is like the boundary is for moisture. You can kind of barely see it on my radar, but it's not very well defined. Yeah, our guy is definitely taking a quick jog south here. So we're going to go east here to meet it. We will be at back on the highway. But they found 5.9. Some big hail setups the past 2 days. We might be in shape if this thing can mature. Seems like it is going to try and ride this boundary here. Seems like it really wants to. Get out of here before this rain gets too heavy though. See a car up here. Big jump south. It's going to try and ride this, whatever this little cloud boundary is here. It's looking a little rough though. Continues to weaken on reflectivity. May have already had peak structure. have improved though over the past 10 minutes. Yeah, they're probably about the same. Probably about the same. Show you guys how we're looking since we're on a fairly well-maintained road. I've seen one car on this road in the past hour. Got some rocks here, so let's flip around, just make sure there's nobody coming. We're good. It's looking really rough. Look back at it, chat. It's looking really, really rough. Looking like it's a weakening, dying storm for sure. Not looking great. Storm to the south doesn't look horrible though, but this guy is not looking. We're seeing super ragged structures here. It's like our updraft is really tiny. Quick little storm here. A little hawk in the field doing something out there. East, where you would want, because that's where your dew point spreads are like 15 degrees, which is more than enough. It's just a question of what are the wind profiles like out there. Yeah, because like I guess it's about closer to 20 degree spreads at the moment. But I think that's where you would want it, but they don't even have a 2% out there. Willing to bet on our next scan, these echo tops for the storm drop off a cliff, which should be any minute now. That thing does not look like it's going to survive for too long, so we're going to have to pick something else out here. Have to pick something else out here in a moment. Maybe we can get a storm to fire on that boundary, which looks like it's really trying to all of a sudden. What is this boundary? I have no idea. It does seem like it curls back to the north. No idea what this could be. But we might go up northeast towards Fort Sumner. See, because I think our storm's pretty cooked. Just visually not looking impressive at all anymore. Got all these little updrafts here trying to form. So, I mean, it's going to be tough to keep a storm from forming out to the east of us. Yeah, it looks like our storm's got a bit wider of a base now, chat. We're not looking as bad as it was, that's for sure. Definitely getting wider again. I wonder what it's doing right now. It's definitely pulling in that boundary air though. There's another cell behind it to the south. If we're lucky, we could get a quick land spout or something off this boundary. I wonder about that cell up by Fort Sumner though. Storm just had a merger, so that's probably why we're intensifying a little bit. Still a pretty small updraft. Where's my gum at? Looking a little better again all of a sudden. They're ranch roads, so they've got gates on them to keep the cattle from getting out. Storm's definitely reorganized. It's looking a little better. It would be really funny if we could get a land spout or two. Still not much updraft on that southern flank. Yeah, the White Sands one's not working. I am driving alone today. I'm usually a solo chaser. Usually a solo chaser here. Sometimes I will have somebody with me every now and then, like Maddie will come with me, or I'll have a dog. Beginning of April, I chased with Ryan Scholl when his car was broken down. This thing's really small. Base is looking rougher again already. Maybe we merge merged into a quick re-intensification and then fell apart. Just continues to shrink. Well, not even a special weather statement out for it anymore. Other storms forming around it. Yeah, the boundary's kind of denoted on radar by all those little showers. I think it's probably dry air. Which is not what we need. We already have enough dry air. See that little updraft here? Huh. Getting some rain to try and fall above us. That updraft behind it looks much blockier. Do you guys see that? There's an updraft like way in the shadows there that looks much like more solid than this guy. Wonder if we're struggling with shear or something now. I think that's dry air wrapping back behind our storm. Looks like there's a nice tornado north of Pampa, Texas right now. Yeah, this guy's looking rough. Every time I look up at it, it looks worse. We do have a couple cells forming back behind. Those are going to be tough to get to. This guy just looks really like just really getting pushed outflow by outflow, and it's not really trying to rise too much anymore. Another Echo Top blow up just behind us here. I'm gonna step out. See what that is. Nothing apparently. This thing is so small. And there's like a little whale's mouth structure back there now too. We might be cooked already down here. Couple storms going up by Tucumcari on that boundary now. That boundary is lighting up. I wonder if we go northeast, if we can get to any of that. Still hours away. Yeah, that's 73. Looks like it's just getting messy though. Our storm's definitely weakening. But I wonder if KFDX, somewhere up by Grady, but that's a heck of a drive. Storm looks much better on radar now than it does in person. Is that a little outflow dust down there? See some outflow dust. Gone now. Looks like a gustnado was going there for a moment from really far away. Just had a close lightning strike off to the right there. Might be about done here, chat. Like we might be going north. Like way north. Or we might go south with it. Just when I see this sort of structure, usually means we're cooked. Not rising very strongly. Bunch of dusty outflows about to hit us shortly. Check again, maybe see if we've got land spout potential or something, because I don't think we're getting a supercell tornado with this guy. The boundary was probably the only chance we had. We're still uncapped. I'm going to check autumn sky. I mean, I guess that KFDX one's probably not going to be quite correct anymore, but base got wider again, though. This is much easier than chasing that Texas threat down there today, though. Bit of a weak profile, but there is good 1 to 6 shear by that Clovis radar. Don't know about down here, though. Storm was much bigger earlier, but it's determined to keep screaming southeast. Roswell's 86 over 45. I think that whole boundary is about to ignite. Do we have any land spout potential at all? Steep low-level lapse rates. I'm gonna check on our skew T here. Skew T is looking a little rough, but far from terrible. We're running into some kind of limiting factor today, but I don't. It's got to be these high bases that are hurting. About 1,500 LCLs. Base got wider though. I wonder if echo tops went up as well. Should be updating here any minute now. We just keep getting continual mergers in. No real RFD, it's just The entire storm getting pushed by the outflow. I really want to get that update. Looking a little better now, though. The ragged looks really only out in front. Back behind, we're a little blockier now. Still high based. And very little motion on this base. See a dust whirl down there. Most likely outflow with how quickly this thing's pushing air out. But we'll sit and watch just in case. There is like a little dirt whirl on the leading edge down there. Can't tell if it's gonna try to become a spout, but my guess is it's just outflow. Can't really see it very well anymore now because now we're getting dust in front of us. Might be about time to move. Here comes the outflow. Every time it starts to look blocky on this back side, it just falls apart. The ultimate troll. Trying to get one more echo top scan here. Otherwise, I might, if it continues this trend, I might pack it up and call it a day. Ready to be back home. Outflow's rocking the car here. Yeah, echo tops keeps getting smaller, so I think I might just call this a day, guys, and go back home. It's been, I was last home on the 14th. I left the morning of the 14th. So I think we might just have to, because I really don't think this is going to reorganize if it dives south. If it dives south, that's like the one way. Especially because it keeps getting weaker. All right, chat, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this. I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. Yeah, we've got 3 dogs, so it's tough to fit them all in here, but Maddie might be coming with me a couple days this summer, especially local Colorado stuff. She'll probably be with me, so yeah, she spells it M-A-D-I. She's got a little bit of a different spelling, but it's easier, it's less to write. But we'll see how she when she can chase with us, but because she's going back to school for her master's right now, so I think I'm gonna go back home, chat. I think I'm completely washed for now. A little fatigued. I need 2 or 3 days off to recuperate, to recover. It's been a heck of a stretch, though. These last 3 days have been a little rougher, a little more rough, I should say. I chose this place, one, because it's on my way home. I'm like 6 hours from home right here. And there's no chasers. I've seen 2 chasers today. So, all right, we're gonna go ahead and call this one. All right, thank you guys so much for joining me. I know I even look tired, but I know today was a really short stream, really low potential stream, but that's fine. We're gonna go ahead and call this, and I'm gonna go ahead and drive home. So I will see you guys probably early June. Early June looks really, really fun. So kind of tired of this Texas, New Mexico, Oklahoma stuff. I want Colorado, Nebraska, Wyoming. So I'm ready for high plains and northern plains season. So thank you guys so much for joining me for this quick stream, and I will see you guys next time. And stay tuned to see me wearing a different color shirt. So, all right, bye guys.